Welcome to another episode of How to Get Plastic Surgery, but without the surgery part. These simple makeup tips and tricks will have you looking your absolute best in this wonderful phase of your female life. Today, we're gonna be focusing on age 70 and beyond. Today in the studio, we have Linda. Linda's in her mid-70s. She is a mother, a grandmother, and an absolutely lovely human being. Today, we're gonna be transforming her from Glamma to Glamma and using a few tricks of the trade. Let's go. Tip number one is skincare, 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 skincare. Before you apply any makeup whatsoever, you need to make sure that you are applying it on a well-hydrated base. In your 60s and 70s, your skin really starts to change, and that's because the first two layers, the epidermis and the dermis, thin and flatten out. Your skin becomes drier, itchier, more easily irritated, and wrinkles, age spots, creases, and bruises become more noticeable. Are you happy with your skincare?
I would like some improvements if possible. I'm starting to get like little dry patches and some thinning under my one eyelid. Drives me crazy.
Linda's concerns with hydration and thinning are very common and very normal concerns within this entire age group. Adopting a daytime and a nighttime skincare routine that is customized to your individual needs and that looks different for everyone, that is crucial in order for you to look your best without makeup and with makeup on. I am super excited to partner with the brand Geologie today because they are a 16-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company that has over 6,000 five-star reviews online. People love this product line, and after testing it on myself for the last month, I can definitely see why people love it so much. My very favorite thing about this brand is that it's customized just for you. This is how it works. You go online and take a quiz, tell them about your skin and your goals, and their team of dermatologists design a personalized routine just for you that then gets shipped right to your door. On Linda today, I started by applying the Moisturizing morning cream as her first step, and then after that absorbed, I applied the Performance Face Sunscreen. Wearing sunscreen daily is essential at any age, but particularly at this age since the skin can be so easily damaged. UV also breaks down collagen rapidly, so using a good quality sunscreen every day will keep you looking plumper for longer. And we all want that. We all love that, right? They also have a vitamin C and E ferulic serum, which is really good for skin brightening and anti-aging. So you should look into getting that too if you decide to go with this whole line. Right now, for a limited time, Geologie is offering an insane discount to my viewers. You guys are gonna die. If you use my code GLAM70, they will give you 70% off their skincare trial set. They are also giving you 50% off on any additional skin, hair, and body products of your choice when you add it to your trial. This is one of the best offers ever, so definitely check my description box and my pinned comment if you want to get it before the deals end. Tip number two is to open up the eyes. Opening up the eyes is the quickest and easiest way to look 10 years younger. It really gives you an instant facelift. Using an eyelash curler is the way to do this. I've shared with you guys before that one of the highest rated eyelash curlers is by the brand Shiseido. It really is a great curler, but I've discovered a new one from Amazon that's also amazing. If you have very stubborn or very straight eyelashes, you will get a more lifted effect that lasts longer if you use a heated eyelash curler. Yes, there is such a thing as a heated eyelash curler. This one is great because it has two temperature options. If you're sensitive to the heat, you can keep it on the first heat setting, although I don't find that the hottest heat setting burns me whatsoever, but some people are more sensitive than others, so it is nice to have a lower heat option. It's also great because you plug it into a USB to charge, so there is no battery. Another way to open up the eyes is to use this product. Are you ready for this? It's called Lids by Design. Have you guys ever heard of this? My friend Lori and I went down the Lids by Design rabbit hole the other day and we were completely like, mind blown. These are medical grade strips that come in different sizes and you peel them off with tweezers and place them on saggy eyelids and they disappear into the skin and lift up the crease so that your eyelids become more visible. Like the things people come up with, who knew that this even existed? Who knew that this even existed? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. It takes a bit of practice to figure out which size to use and where exactly you should place them on the lid. It took me quite a few tries, not on Linda, but on my husband, who is Chinese, bless his heart, has really hooded eyes. I probably did this on him like at least 8 times to try to get the position right. So even for me as a makeup artist, it was tricky. But if this is something that really bothers you and you're willing to go through a little bit of a learning curve, it's kind of amazing. Look at this before and after on Linda. Isn't it wild? If you have an extremely hooded eye and you want to lift it, even just for a special event like a wedding, this is definitely worth looking into. Because we were turning her from Glamma to Glamma today, I wanted to take it up a notch. I wanted to pull out all the bells and whistles, all the fancy things in my makeup kit and do that for her. And she loved the results. I wish that I recorded her reaction because she really was like very surprised and impressed with what a crazy facelift it gave her in 1 second. It's literally a piece of tape. Tip number 3 is to choose hydrating makeup products that are geared towards mature skin. In terms of foundation, I've been playing around a lot with drugstore products to bring more affordable and accessible options to you guys. In my 5 tips for looking younger after 50 video with the drugstore edition one, I showed you the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Foundation. I really do like that one for low coverage needs. If you are not the type of person that likes a lot of makeup on your skin, the CoverGirl one will give you a very sheer, very luminous, very minimalistic finish, which is great for that type of person. But I didn't choose that one for Linda for a reason today. Linda has a little bit of redness on her cheeks, and I wanted her look, obviously, to be more glamorous. So I chose a foundation with a higher coverage that was still going to suit this age demographic. So the one that I used is by L'Oreal, and it is the Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. This foundation looks beautiful in real life. It is hydrated, radiant coverage that doesn't settle into the fine lines, and it provides more of like an airbrushed finish than the CoverGirl one does. I was very, very, very impressed with it, and it sits at a very affordable price point, which is what you guys are asking me for. For concealer, I use the same brand, and that is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer. As we age, the skin under the eyes becomes thinner. It's tricky because when the skin is thin, dark circles and fine lines become more pronounced, so you have to brighten them. But because there are a lot of fine lines, it can also become harder to blend. So what you want to do is really only apply the concealer directly on the areas that you see depth, and then use your finger to stipple it in. You can take the remainder of that concealer left on your brush and even out the pigmentation on the eyelids. Now, with mature skin, we need to be careful with powder because it can settle in the lines and make the skin look crepey and older very quickly, but you still need to set certain areas or they will crease. I like using a very fine translucent powder with a crease brush to lightly set under the eyes, around the nasolabial folds and the crease of the eye. If you want specifics on every single product I'm using, please check the description box. I will list every single product there, I promise. Tip number 4 is to define your brows. How many times have you heard that? How many times have you guys heard that? Brows get thinner as the years go by, but they make up the framework of your entire face. They create all of the balance in your face. I really like using a super skinny eyebrow pencil to sketch on individual hairs in the sparse areas. If you find that the pigment went on too strong, just use a spoolie and run it through the hairs with a bit of tension, and that will blend and soften it out perfectly. Finally, I use a clear mascara just to keep the hairs up and in place throughout the entire day. When it comes to the lash line, a staple makeup artist trick is to darken out the waterline at the top to make your eyes pop and your lashes look thicker. I know that a lot of women don't feel comfortable doing this, and I don't really suggest that you do this daily, but for a super special event, I think it's fine, and it does make a noticeable difference, as you can see. For Linda's liner today, I dipped into a dark purple shadow and I used an angled brush to define the lash line. I really felt like plum would be lovely on her skin tone and a softer option than black. As you can see here, I lifted the corners of the lines upwards to again again give that facelift effect. And then I cleaned up the corners with some concealer to define that angle even more. After applying several coats of mascara, I brought some of that plum color into the bottom lash line to really define and make her gorgeous blue eyes pop. Tip number 5 is to bring some color into your face. This is incredibly flattering on mature women. Instead of bringing a lot of color into the eyes, which can go wrong really quickly, I find that adding a pop of color into the cheek and the lips looks gorgeous on literally everyone. For the cheeks, I use this beautiful cream blush by NYX in the color Baby Doll. And for the lips, we used 5 different products because I did an entire video about the most flattering lip formulas for mature lips with Linda. I must tell you, she's a very patient woman, putting on and taking off 5 different lipsticks just for me. Thank you, Linda. I love you. In this first clip, I used a lip liner and L'Oreal cream lipstick in the color Fairest Nude. And then in the final look, we ended up with a L'Oreal long wear lipstick in the color Passionate Petal. That one ended up being my personal favorite. Now, before you go, I want to talk a little bit about lashes because before the lipstick application, I did end up applying lashes to Linda. Since Linda wears glasses and glasses really soften makeup out, I wanted to pop her eyes even more for this event and make her feel super, super gorgeous. You don't have to be afraid of lashes if you're over 60 or 70. You just have to look for a pair that are super natural, where the hairs aren't clustered too densely or too long. And when you apply them, you need to make sure that they sit really flush on the lash line. It can be a little bit tricky with skin that isn't super taut, but if you lift up and apply it nice and close or get someone to do it for you, lashes really do take your look to the next level. This is Linda with her own makeup on. This is her with no makeup on. And this is her with her Glamma to Glamma transformation. She is so radiant, beautiful, and I must say she is quite sexy at 70. If you're interested in learning more about lipsticks and how the different formulas look on more mature lips, then I suggest that you watch this video next, because this one's over.